Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the last class we have seen about the ethers classification, nomenclature, structure, isomerism and also properties. These all topics we have studied in yesterday's class beta. Now remaining topics of ethers I want to discuss. So what are the left topics? One is nothing but preparations left beta, and one more is USP baki hai, and one more is some more objective reactions we have to be studied. Okay, right now. So this is also only class for what beta, short revision only for outgoing seniors, those who are going to write the KCET and NEET exam, like competitive exams beta. Good. So preparations of ethers, in that we are going to discuss about the first preparation, that is about the Williamson's ether synthesis. Williamson's ether synthesis beta. So what is the statement, how it is useful for the preparation of ether, I am going to be discussed now. So first of all we have to be consider RX, that means alkyl halides. It upon reaction with NaOR means sodium alkoxide. Sodium alkoxide. So alkyl halides on reaction with sodium alkoxide gives the products are nothing but what beta? Ethers. Sir, how? For suppose Rx, R contain charge plus and X contain charge minus. And in sodium alkoxide, Na contain charge plus and OR minus, alkoxy contain minus. Yes sir, no beta. So now listen carefully. R contain plus and here X contain minus. And try to remember one more point. Williamson's ether synthesis, it is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is a repeated question. Williamson's ether synthesis follows which mechanism? The mechanism is nucleophilic substitution reactions. Means one nucleophile goes to be replaced by another nucleophile. So in alkyl halide RX, X carries the charges nothing but minus, and here OR minus, it also carries the charges negative. So one nucleophile X minus goes to be replaced by another nucleophile alkoxy. So R O R, but here R prime, here also I have written R prime to show the variation only beta. And remaining Na plus combines with X minus and goes to be removed in the form of NaX byproduct. So once again statement for you beta, alkyl halides on reaction with sodium alkoxide gives ethers. On the basis of Williamson's ether statement and reaction, I want to discuss some more examples, some more preparations of ethers we are going to be discussed beta. Okay, RX is alkyl halide, undergo reaction with methyl iodide, methyl chloride, methyl bromide as you wish. But more reactive is methyl iodide beta. Due to large size of iodine, okay, the bond going to be break easily beta. So methyl iodide CH3I undergo reaction with sodium alkoxide. Here CH3O nothing but methoxide. So alkyl halide on reaction with what Nana? Sodium methoxide. It's going to be from the product is nothing but CH3O, again O connected to what beta? CH3. That means here we are getting the product is dimethyl ether, and also we can say that methoxymethane, an example of what beta? Ether. Now Na plus combines with I minus and goes to be removed in the form of NaI. That means what beta? Sodium iodide. Good. Next, another compound here I want to give you another example. Another one is, again here I have taken methyl iodide, or you can consider ethyl iodide, methyl chloride, whatever that may be, no problem beta. It upon reaction with NaOC2H5, CH3O methoxy form, C2H5O ethoxy form. So simply we can say that this is nothing but sodium ethoxide. So what is the formula of sodium ethoxide beta? NaOC2H5. So methyl iodide on reaction with sodium ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide. It's going to be formed, the product is nothing but from alkyl halide, alkyl group we have to be read as it is, that is CH3. And from sodium ethoxide, so OC2H5, that group we have to be read as it is. So OC2H5, so this is nothing but what beta? Ethyl, methyl, ether, and also we can say that methoxyethane. Okay beta, and the byproduct is Na combines with I and goes to be removed in the form of NaI. That means sodium iodide. Good. Next one beta. Again another example I want to give you. Methyl iodide CH3I or methyl chloride as we wish. When it reacts with sodium phenoxide, benzene bonded to ONa. So this is your, what is the name of the alkoxide beta? Sodium phenoxide. So methyl iodide on reaction with sodium phenoxide, it gives a product. Na combines with I, again goes to be removed in the form of NaI, means sodium iodide. Remaining is methyl group adducts upon phenoxy ring. So methyl group adducts upon O connected to C6H5, and also we can say that what beta? Benzene. That means methoxybenzene, or we can say methyl phenyl ether, and also we can say the another name of this compound is called what beta? Anisole. Very important. So how to prepare anisole? So they will ask you the question. Objective में दुनिया बार repeat हुआ बेटा ये question. So what they are asking in objective? Okay, now among the following, which is the suitable method for the preparation of anisole? Which is the suitable method for the preparation of methoxybenzene? So always we have to be consider sodium phenoxide को ही लेना पड़ेगा. अगर तुम यहाँ पर बेंजीन इधर सोडियम मिथाइल लिए तो आंसर नहीं आएगा बेटा. In place of methyl benzene, in place of benzene methyl, if we consider that, you won't get the product nana. So this should be fixed nana. So as per Williamson's synthesis, anisole can be prepared by the reaction of what beta? Any methyl halide like methyl chloride or methyl bromide or methyl iodide like that nana. So methyl halides on reaction with sodium phenoxide, it going to be form the product methoxybenzene, and also we can say that what beta? Anisole. That product you are going to be get beta. Good. So another example I want to give you here beta. Again I want to consider now ethyl iodide. Any alkyl iodide you can consider mostly. Some exceptions are there, I will tell you beta. But try to consider now ethyl iodide. Ethyl iodide undergo reaction with same thing, sodium phenoxide. Here you can write C6H5. Otherwise, if you want, you can consider benzene also as you wish. So what is the name of this reactant? Ethyl iodide. Undergo reaction with sodium phenoxy ring. That means we have to be say that sodium phenoxide. So ethyl iodide on reaction with sodium phenoxide, it going to be form the product. Same beta, Na combines with I and goes to be removed in the form of NaI, sodium iodide. Oh, remaining easy beta. Remaining is C2H5. Okay na, acid connected to O bonded to benzene. So C2H5O, O connected to benzene. That means it is known as ethyl phenyl ether. Ethyl phenyl ether, or we can say that ethoxybenzene. And also I have told you in yesterday class, very important name, this is known as phenitol. It is also repeated question, very important beta. So upon elimination of what? Sodium iodide, you can remove here minus NaI. Once again, methyl iodide on reaction with sodium phenoxide, it gives methoxybenzene or anisole. Ethyl iodide on reaction with sodium phenoxide, it gives what nana? Ethoxybenzene, and also we can say that phenitol. Clear? So for the preparation of maybe anisole or maybe phenitol, you require sodium phenoxide group. But for the preparation of anisole, you require methyl iodide or any methyl halide. But for the purpose of phenitol, here we have to be considered any ethyl halide. But this compound को fix करना पड़ेगा तुम. Yes, both are very important. Better try to be focused. Good. So what I have told you here, X minus replaced by OR minus. Nothing but one nucleophile goes to be replaced by another nucleophile. That means I have to say that Williamson's ether synthesis, it follows the mechanism of nucleophilic substitution reactions. समझे बेटा? Good. Now another one, okay now another question I want to ask you, very important question and so many times repeated in objective exam. That question is, sir, what is the reactivity order of alkyl halides? Alkyl halides are three types: primary alkyl halides, secondary alkyl halides, tertiary alkyl halides. But which alkyl halide is more reactive in Williamson's ether synthesis? for the preparation of ether. Simple ethers are more reactive in Williamson's ether synthesis. That means we have to be say that it is which type of NSR is, that is nothing but SN2, bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions. Means primary alkyl halides easily undergo Williamson's ether synthesis. I hope you understand. Good. So which alkyl halide is more reactive beta? RX reactivity means alkyl halides reactivity. So which alkyl halide is more reactive beta? Primary alkyl halide. After that we have to be write that secondary alkyl halide, and next we have to be consider that tertiary alkyl halides. This is the order of reactivity of alkyl halides towards the Williamson ether synthesis, and we have to say that towards the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Clear? Good. And one more very important point I want to tell you, Nana. By mixing which combinations you are not going to get ether. This is a rule according to Williamson only. So as per Williamson's, following combinations does not give the ether. So which alkyl halide and which sodium alkoxide? Which combination does not give the ethers? And before that, one more thing I want to ask you. They can ask you in exam beta. Exam में क्या पूछ सकते हैं आपको? Among the following, which method is most suitable for the preparation of both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers? Both types of ethers we can prepare by using the method is nothing but what beta? Williamson's ether synthesis. First, suppose in alkyl halide R is there, in sodium alkoxide R is there. If both R groups are same, you are going to get the symmetrical ether. If R groups are different, you are going to get what beta? Unsymmetrical ethers. So this is the best and evergreen method for the synthesis of symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers. Okay beta? Good. And this is very important point objective. Following combinations does not give the ethers as per Williamson. So which combinations will not form the ether? Combination is, if alkyl halide is tertiary, in sodium alkoxide, if R group is tertiary. One second. In alkyl halide, if alkyl group is tertiary, in sodium alkoxide, again alkyl group is tertiary. Nothing but tertiary alkyl halide. And sodium tertiary alkoxide, they does not form the ether. Next one is nothing but, if alkyl halide, if alkyl group is secondary, and also next one is nothing but in sodium alkoxide, if R group is also what beta? Secondary. Next one is in alkyl halides, if alkyl group is secondary, in sodium alkoxide, again alkyl group is tertiary. First, suppose in alkyl halide, if alkyl group is tertiary, again in sodium alkoxide, alkyl group is secondary. Once again, in alkyl halide, if alkyl group is vinyl, and in sodium alkoxide, aryl group also vinyl. In alkyl halide, in place of R, aryl. In sodium alkoxide, in place of R also we have to be consider aryl. In place of R group, we can consider neopentyl. Again same thing, here also in place of R, you can consider neopentyl. Now listen carefully. So following combinations, they won't form the ethers. Definitely this is very important for you, especially for objective point of view, as per Williamson's ether synthesis. Means tertiary alkyl halide on reaction with sodium tertiary alkoxide, it does not form the ether. Secondary alkyl halide reacts with secondary sodium alkoxide, again does not form the ether. Next, secondary alkyl halide reacts with sodium tertiary alkoxide, it also does not form the ether. Tertiary, no product. Secondary, no product. Secondary, tertiary, no product. Tertiary, secondary, no product. Vinyl, no product. Aryl, no product. Neopentyl, no product. In place of R, if their respective substituents are there, such following given combinations, they won't form the products. So we have to be say that these combinations does not give the formation of ethers. Simply we can say that no ether formation. Yes, here no ether formation. In this given combinations, here we can't see the ether formation. These rules are given as per what beta? Williamson-Ethers concepts. Good. Preparation number 1 we have successfully completed. Go to preparation number 2. Again from alkyl halides. Number 2 preparation method from alkyl halide. What is the formula of alkyl halide? Rx. But I am going to be considering 2 moles of Rx because of in ether 2 R groups are there. So we require 2 moles of alkyl halide. 2 moles of alkyl halides on reaction with Az2O. What do you mean by Az2O? That means reaction with silver oxide. But which silver oxide? This is nothing but reaction with dry silver oxide. So we have to say that alkyl halides on reaction with dry silver oxide, it's going to be form the product. The product is, before going to write the product here, I want to say a byproduct beta. So here how many X groups are there? 2 X groups are there. How many silver atoms are there? Those silver atoms say beta. When 2 moles of Az combines with halogen and they goes to be removed in the form of 2 moles of AgX and remaining here 2 alkyl groups and 1 oxygen. So that we got, okay now, that we have to be right in the form of ROR. That means here we are getting the product is nothing but what beta? Ether. Alkyl halides on reaction with dry silver oxide. Try to remember carefully, very important, because of in case of Ag2O, in place of dry, if you are going to write Macherus, automatically product goes to be changed because of that also you know very well. Alkyl halides on reaction with Macherus silver oxide that forms alcohol, but dry silver oxide gives what beta? Ether. Try to remember, very important. Good. So consider another preparation of ether, that is by using diazomethane compound. Alcohol, what is the formula of alcohol? ROH. First suppose it undergo reaction with diazomethane. Try to remember the formula. Formula was very important. The formula of diazomethane is CH2N2. CH2N2. N2 group is nothing but diazo group. Okay, diazo group. And the group is molecule is entire looking like methane. Methane formula CH4 means 2 hydrogens are there. Another 2 hydrogens are replaced by nitrogens. So looking like diazomethane. So reaction of alcohol with diazomethane, it goes to be carried out only in presence of tetrafluoroboric acid. Means here we have to use the catalyst, that is nothing but HbF4, and also we can use another catalyst, that is nothing but B3. Boron trifluoride भी अपन use कर सकते हैं. So once again statement, alcohols on reaction with diazomethane, this is your third preparation of ether. Alcohols on reaction with diazomethane, CH2N2 in presence of HbF4 or BF3, it's going to be formed the product ether, RO. H given to CH2, CH2 become CH3. So CH3 bond O, O bonded to R. Like this. Remaining free gas, that is nothing but what Nana is in this reaction, there will be liberation of N2 gas, okay, now going to be takes place. So alcohols on reaction with diazomethane in presence of HbF4 or boron trifluoride, it's going to be formed the product. The product is nothing but ether, or we can say that methyl ethers. 3 preparations are completed. Another preparation, last and final preparation. Here we have to be discussed in the preparations of what beta? Ethers. Okay. Method number 4. From the method is nothing but a dehydration concept beta. So we have to be say that dehydration of alcohols, by using this method also we can prepare what beta? Ethers. So let me explain the statement first of all. How to prepare ethers from the alcohols using the concept is nothing but what beta? Dehydration. Yeah, tell me first of all, alcohol. What is the formula of alcohol? ROH. ROH. By using alcohols here, we are going to prepare the ether. Ether required 2 R groups. So we have to be consider here 2 moles of alcohols. Okay, na? Yeah, 2 moles of alcohols. Upon heating with alumina. Upon heating with what? Na? Alumina. Al2O3. Here the temperature is nothing but 350 degrees Celsius. Sorry, 250 degrees Celsius. And also we can say upon heating with concentrated H2SO4, or we can say concentrated sulfuric acid, but here we have to use the suitable temperature, that is equals to 170 degrees Celsius. 170 degrees Celsius. But try to remember, Nana, in case of 170 degrees Celsius, you are going to get the product is ethene, but here you want what? Ether. So here we have to be take 140 degrees Celsius, and final products are nothing but what beta? Ethers. Once again I am going to repeat the statement. Alcohols on heating with alumina at 250 degrees Celsius, or on heating with concentrated sulfuric acid at 140 degrees Celsius, it is going to be formed the product. The product is nothing but what beta? Ethers. Yes. Now I am going to give you one example. Sir, what is the formula of ether here? R, beta, O bonded to R. So here your product is nothing but ether. In alcohol here, how many moles we have taken? 2 moles we have taken. Nothing but it contains 2 hydrogen. The 2 hydrogen goes to be removed in the form of H2O. So loss of water molecule or removal of water molecule. This is known as, how to say that which process beta? Dehydration process. So alcohols on heating with alumina or alcohols on heating with concentrated sulfuric acid, they undergo dehydration and forms ethers. That's right. We can say that ethers are known as anhydride of alcohol, because of from the alcohols, after the removal of water molecule, you are getting ether. So ether is nothing but anhydrous form of alcohol. Okay, this one they can ask you. Among the following, anhydrous form of alcohol is, your answer what beta? Ether. Because of they have prepared from alcohol after loss of water molecule. Removal of water molecule, the nature is nothing but anhydrous condition. Good. And the process is known as what beta? Dehydration. Okay, for this reaction I want to give you one example. Alcohol. Here I want to consider the alcohol is ethyl alcohol, or we can say ethanol. What is the formula of ethanol? CH3CH2OH, and also one can consider C2H5OH. Yes or no? Yeah. How many moles of ethyl alcohol we are going to be consider? Is same like above, 2 moles of ethyl alcohol, or we can say 2 moles of ethanol. Such 2 moles of ethyl alcohol or ethanol undergo addition of what beta upon heating with concentrated sulfuric acid. Upon heating with concentrated sulfuric acid at 140 degrees Celsius, and we can say upon heating with alumina at 250 or 260 degrees Celsius, it going to be lose the water molecule. It going to be lose the water molecule, and it going to be form the product ROR. In place of R here we have taken the group is what? Ethyl group. So we can write the product C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. So what is the name of this product beta here? So the name of this product is, दो साइड दो ethyl group है यहाँ पर, so we can say that diethyl ether, or we can say ethoxy ethane. That will be the IUPAC name beta. So once again, ethanol on heating with concentrated sulfuric acid at 140 degrees Celsius, on heating with alumina at 250 degrees Celsius, it gives the product is nothing but ether after the loss of water molecule. So we have to say that the reaction is known as dehydration. Good. Now listen carefully. Here I want to discuss with you uses of ether. Almost all the preparations and properties, everything was covered beta. Now we are going to discuss about the uses of ethers. Ethers mainly they are going to be used as solvent. अपन सॉल्वेंट जैसे यूज कर सकते हैं फॉर द प्रिपरेशन ऑफ व्हाट बेटा फैट्स एंड ऑल्सो ऑयली मटेरियल्स and also we can say that waxes on their oily materials. So fats and oils and waxes, in the making of these all compounds, we can use this solvent that is nothing but what, beta? Ether. And another use I want to discuss about the ether, that is nothing but, first suppose you know very well Grignard reagent. How to prepare Grignard reagent? Grignard reagent का preparation देखना है तो RX alkyl halides on reaction with magnesium metal in presence of dry ether, and it's going to be formed a product. The product is nothing but what, beta? RMGX. This is known as Grignard reagent. That means in the preparation of Grignard reagent and also in the reactions of Woods reaction, fitting reaction, Woods fitting reaction, in all reactions upon the arrow mark तुमने क्या mention किए? We have mentioned that dry ether. Mention किए कि नहीं किए बेटा? Yes, we have mentioned. So in most of the organic reactions like Woods and fitting and Woods fitting, and also in the preparation of Grignard reagents, we can use the ether, and here in the form of dry ether. That means ethers, they are going to be used as inert medium. They won't participate in reaction for the formation of product. Product formation में participate नहीं होते, just they are going to enhance the rate of reaction, just like catalytic medium, and also we have to be say that inert medium. So among the following, which can be used as inert medium, simply have to take the answer ethers. And next go for continue. Yes, better listen carefully. Ethers, little bit they are also having, the nature is nothing but somewhat, okay, now chloroform like nature, that is nothing but anesthesia nature. So we have to be say that used in anesthesia, used in anesthesia for the purpose of what, beta? Surgery point of view में use करते हैं बेटा. Next go for I want to discuss another thing. Ether का एक very important use है बेटा. The use of ether is nothing but used for natalite preparation. Used for what, beta? Natalite preparation. Object in a repeated question. Sir, what is mean by natalite? Natalite is nothing but one type of fuel form which going to be act as substitute of petrol. कहाँ पर यूज कर सकते हैं? पेट्रोल का सब्स्टिट्यूट जैसे यूज कर सकते हैं बेटा. सो द मीनिंग इज नथिंग बट ईथर कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर द सब्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ व्हाट बेटा? पेट्रोल. व्हाट इज द सब्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ पेट्रोल? दैट इज नथिंग बट natalite. So natalite is nothing but simply we can say that here it is nothing but a substitute form of petrol. So how to prepare such substitute form of petrol or natalite? It goes to be prepared by using the mixture of, one is nothing but ether and one more is nothing but ethanol, or we can say rectified spirit. Ethanol on mixing with ether, that mixture goes to be act as natalite, nothing but a substitute form of petrol. And these are the some uses of what, beta? Ethers. And one more thing, try to remember, I want to discuss with you general anesthesia. A question repeat हुआ बेटा. What is the formula of general anesthesia? So general anesthesia, the compound or chemical name is nothing but we have to be say that halothane. Important beta. Among the following, general anesthesia is. So your answer is what, beta? Halothane. So how to write the formula of halothane? The formula of halothane is CF3 bond CHCl Br. Halothane formula क्या लिख सकते हैं? CF3 bond CHCl Br. That means here this is the carbon number 1 and this is nothing but we can say carbon number 2 beta. Okay na? Yeah. So here second carbon connected to bromo, second carbon connected to chloro, but first carbon connected to fluoro. So we have to be proceed in alphabetical manner. So कैसे proceed होना पड़ेगा? How to proceed? 2 bromo, 2 chloro. Yes, we have to be write that. 2 bromo dash, 2 chloro dash. 1 contain 3 fluorine. So we have to say that 1 comma 1 comma 1 trifluoro. 1 comma 1 comma 1 trifluoro. Remaining root word is eth and single bond is A. So halothane is the common name and below I have given IUPAC name. So these are the names of what, beta? General anesthesia form. So what is the name of general anesthesia form, beta? Halothane. Good. So as per NCERT syllabus point of view, all the preparations and properties of ethers are covered, including with what beta? uses. But some of the very important objective reactions I want to discuss with you, which already repeated in previous exams beta, like maybe NEET exam or maybe mains or KCET exams beta. So what are the questions repeated out of NCERT syllabus from this ethers beta? In that number one method I want to discuss with you, that is nothing but GCL method. Okay, what is the name of GCL method? So these are only for objective point of view reactions. Objective के लिए बहुत important बेटा. In that number one, what I am saying, GCL method. Okay. What is mean by GCL method? The main aim of this method is to estimate alkoxy groups. So in the given ether, how many alkoxy groups are there? Like that manner. Every ether contains 2 alkoxy, that only, but I am going to show the reaction. 2 moles of ether, only 1 mole of ether. First of all, it undergo reaction with what beta? Concentrated HI. So ethers on reaction with concentrated or excess of HI, yesterday I have told you, after the loss of water molecule, they are going to give alkyl iodides. So 2 moles of R group, 2 moles of alkyl iodide. To make balancing here, we have to be consider 2 moles of HI. So first of all, in GCL method, ethers on reaction with excess amount of HI or concentrated HI, they are going to form the product is alkyl iodide. Now such alkyl iodide undergo reaction with silver nitrate solution. 2 moles of AgNO3. Ag combines with I and goes to be form the product is nothing but what? 2 moles of AgI. 2 moles of AgI. Nothing but one type of precipitate you are going to be get now. Almost an yellow precipitate. Remaining 2 moles of R group combines with 2 moles of nitrate and the byproduct is nothing but 2 moles of alkyl nitrate. This is your byproduct. Sir, how to estimate the number of alkoxy groups by using this GCL method? So try to remember. So the concept is number of moles of AgI. It is equals to number of moles of alkoxy groups. This is your concept. So how many moles of AgI here you are getting? 2 moles of AgI. And how many moles of alkoxy will be there? 1 and 2. So number of moles of AgI, that must be equals to the number of moles of alkoxy groups. In that manner, on the basis of AgI moles, we have to estimate the presence of alkoxy groups in the respective ether. Next, go for one more thing I want to discuss with you. First, suppose here I want to write C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5. Here oxygen, here it contain always 2 moles of lone pair. 2 lone pairs will be there always on the oxygen atom of the ether. So the name of this reactant is nothing but diethyl ether. Diethyl ether, it going to react with one of the electron deficient compound, nothing but Lewis acid, that is nothing but BF3. It going to be act as Lewis acid. But diethyl ether में oxygen contain 2 lone pair ना बेटा. So due to presence of lone pair, it going to be act as lone pair donor, nothing but Lewis base. But BF3 is nothing but Lewis acid. So from donor to acceptor, here we are going to form a coordinate covalent bond. So here I am going to write O connected to 2 ethyl groups. Yes, below 1 ethyl, and left side I am going to write another methyl. After donation of lone pair, coordinate covalent bond formation will be takes place, denoted with the symbol is arrow mark, towards the Lewis acid. This is nothing but BF3. Such coordinate covalent complexes are known as, we have to be say that etherates. Very important for objective point of view. So etherates are nothing but complexes, coordination complexes. In that, ethers are nothing but the Lewis bases and BF3 is nothing but Lewis acid. दो के बीच में formation of coordinate covalent bond will be takes place. Such complexes are known as what beta? Etherates. So etherates are nothing but complexes of ethers with Lewis acids. Next, another point of the objective reaction. C2H5O, again O bonded to what beta? C2H5. Same thing, diethyl ether. Heat upon reduction with HI in presence of red phosphorus. Reduction with HI in presence of red phosphorus. But not only ether, alcohol, so aldehyde, so ketones, so carboxylic acids, so and also ethers. So most of the organic compounds upon reduction with HI in presence of red phosphorus, they should be converted into alkane. They should be converted into alkane. So यहाँ पर क्या करना बोले तो okay बेटा, reduction means addition of hydrogen will be takes place. So one of the hydrogen given to C2H5 and changes into what beta? C2H6. Again another mole of hydrogen given to C2H5, it also changes into C2H6. Means in this reaction, here you are going to get how many moles of ethane beta? 2 moles of ethane, and O goes to be removed in the form of H2O, and hydrogen iodide, such iodide goes to be changes into iodine gas. Like the products you are going to get here. Good. So next objective point of another reaction I am going to show you. C2H5O, O bonded to C2H5. It upon reaction with carbon monoxide in presence of BF3, boron trifluoride. Only boron trifluoride it forms etherate, but here addition of CO will be takes place. So CH3, C2H5 we can convert into CH3 bond CH2. No problem, no beta. It connected to O and okay now it connected to O, but here in presence of BF3, addition of CO will be takes place. CO, good. But already it contained originally one oxygen atom, and oxygen connected to the group is nothing but what, Nana? C2H5 group. So this is known as ethyl propanoate. That means here you are getting the product is nothing but what beta? Ester. So ethers on reaction with carbon monoxide or ethers on addition with carbon monoxide in presence of boron trifluoride, it going to be formed the product is nothing but what beta? Ester. Samjhe clearly? Good. So next topic I want to discuss here. This all are only for objective point of view. Very important beta. C2H5O, O bonded to C2H5, diethyl ether, and you suppose it undergo reaction with oxygen. Which type of oxygen? Ethereal oxygen. Sir, what is mean by ethereal oxygen? Nothing but simply reaction takes place in presence of air. Nothing but oxidation by air. अब यहाँ पर क्या होता बोले तो oxygen contains lone pair. So lone pair is nothing but more active site. It is donating its lone pair to the ethereal oxygen. Ethereal oxygen is deficient in nature. Try to remember the name. Okay. What we can write the product now? C2H5 bonded to O. O bonded to C2H5. Central oxygen contains 2 lone pair. One of the lone pair is donated to the ethereal oxygen. Ethereal oxygen. So this form is known as, we have to be say that what beta? Peroxide. So we can say that exact name is nothing but diethyl peroxide. Next go for one more thing beta. C2H5 bonded to O. O bonded to C2H5. So the name of this compound is nothing but ether. And you suppose it undergo oxidation. How many moles of oxygen you require? 2 moles of oxygen. Must and should here we have to be. Okay, add beta. And you suppose addition of oxygen takes place in presence of acidified potassium permanganate, and also we can take acidified potassium dichromate, or we can say dichromate medium Cr2O7 minus 2. Same like alcohol. Alcohols first of all on oxidation changes into aldehyde. Aldehydes on oxidation gives carboxylic acids. Here also same thing nano. Okay, one of the alcoholic forms C2H5O minus changes into aldehyde. So 2 carbon aldehyde is nothing but we can say acetaldehyde. So one ethyl changes into acetaldehyde, another ethyl also changes into acetaldehyde after loss of water molecule. Now such acetaldehyde form again undergo oxidation. Because of here we have taken powerful oxidizing agents like KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7. So acetaldehyde upon oxidation gives 2 moles of acetic acid. 2 moles of what beta? Acetic acid. That means here you are getting carboxylic acid. Good. So next one is nothing but C2H5 bonded to O, O bonded to C2H5, diethyl ether, diethyl ether. It upon reaction with, it upon heating with alumina where the temperature is 250 degrees Celsius, or we can consider around 260 also, no problem. Here elimination of water molecule will be takes place. How? From C2H5 remove one H and it has to be a H. H takes one oxygen and goes to be removed in the form of water molecule. So after the loss of H, C2H5 changes into C2H4. So like that, how many moles of C2H4? 2 moles of C2H4 you are getting. The compound name is nothing but ethane. And last one, final reaction here I am going to discuss with you beta. That is nothing but C2H5O again bonded to C2H5, and you suppose it undergo reaction with 10 moles of Cl2. Diethyl ether on reaction with 10 moles of chlorine and in presence of sunlight condition. Condition was very important. Good. O is nothing but what beta? Functional group of ether, main point nano. And it connected to C2H5, nothing but CH2 and CH3. So alpha carbon and beta carbon. But total hydrogens are 5, right side also 5. Total hydrogens are 10. That's why here I have taken 10 moles of Cl2. So 10 hydrogen atoms combines with 10 chlorines of Cl2 and goes to be removed in the form of 10 moles of HCl. That means all the hydrogens, they goes to be replaced by another 10 Cl atoms. So the formula is C2Cl5, it connected to O, again it connected to C2Cl5. The name of this product is called perchloro diethyl ether. Perchlorodiethyl ether. So this is the reaction only in case of what beta? Chlorination in presence of sunlight. Now chlorination in presence of dark condition. What will be the product? So for that point of view, here I am going to write the reaction. CH3 bond CH2, CH2 bonded to O, again O bonded to CH2 and CH3. Same like above formula, but मैंने यहाँ पर elaborate किया बेटा. So ethyl diethyl ether. This is alpha form, this is also alpha form. Now it undergo reaction with Cl2 in presence of dark condition. Chlorination in presence of dark, it going to be replaced only alpha hydrogens. And chlorination in presence of sunlight condition, all alpha and beta hydrogens goes to be replaced because of here chlorination takes place in presence of sunlight, nothing but more. Okay, now energy condition, all the alpha and beta hydrogens goes to be replaced by Cl. But in case of dark condition, only you can remove 2 hydrogen from the 2 respective alpha carbons. So we can say that from alpha place we are going to remove H, again from another alpha place also we are going to remove the hydrogen. 2 hydrogens are combined with Cl and goes to be removed in the form of 2 moles of HCl. And remaining product I am going to be written as it is. CH3 bond CH, one of the alpha hydrogen replaced by Cl, connected to O. Again O connected to CH, one of the alpha hydrogen replaced by Cl. Next again it connected to what beta? CH3. So what is the name of the product in dark condition? Alpha. But to show the variation, denote here alpha prime, again denote here alpha prime. So the final product is alpha comma alpha prime. Alpha comma alpha prime. How many Cl's are there? 2 Cl's are there. So I have to be write dichloro. Alpha comma alpha prime dichloro diethyl ether. Dichloro diethyl ether. समझे ना बेटा? Good. So ether in sunlight condition of ether on chlorination in presence of sunlight, all hydrogen goes to be replaced by Cl. But ether chlorination in dark condition, only 2 alpha hydrogen goes to be replaced by Cl. Last and final reaction. C2H5 bonded to O, again O bonded to C2H5, nothing but diethyl ether. It upon reaction with hydrobromic acid, HBr. Hydrogen charge is nothing but plus and Br charge is nothing but minus. Now listen carefully. Okay, generally in ethers, oxygen always contain 2 lone pair. So one of the lone pair, it was given to the H plus. Now the product is C2H5 bonded to O, O bonded to C2H5. One of the lone pair given to H, nothing but making one of the coordinate covalent bond with hydrogen. And remaining outside, what will be there? Free Br minus is there. But after donation of lone pair, oxygen container charge is nothing but what beta plus. Okay, now we have to say that this is known as oxonium salt. What we can say beta? Oxonium salt. So this is not efficient, simply we can write here H beta. Yeah, it is known as what beta? Oxonium salt. And also we can say that diethyl oxonium bromide, like that also we can say beta. So when ethers reacts with like hydrochloric acid and hydrobromic acid, in that case they are going to form the oxonium salts. And also we can say diethyl what beta? Oxonium bromide. HCl समझो diethyl oxonium chloride. Like that respective oxonium salts we can prepare from the reaction of what beta? Ether with any respective acid. Okay na beta? So your ethers short revision for the purpose of competitive topic. Okay na, in 2 videos that was completely okay na, cleared beta. Yesterday 1 video and this is your what beta? 2nd video. Ethers topic was completely okay na, covered. So try to focus a lot and try to make practice beta. ये सारे points perfectly cover कर लो. There will be no more unknown question. I hope according to my opinion. Okay na beta? Right. So from tomorrow onwards we are going to start the aldehydes and ketones.